All right, so you should have a couple things in front of you. You should have your student tracking sheet, and then you should also have this student information sheet. Now, both of these things are going to be located in your folder that you'll be using during the Skinny block. You'll always have, if you go ahead and look at the student information sheet, you'll always have this in your folder to reference. It's a slow day, you need some extra time, whatever it may be, you have this information, okay? It's going to provide a lot of pieces, and some of these pieces you've already gone over with your teacher. Some of those expectations. Now, weekly schedule. We're going to go through this pretty quickly in terms of more so how to use Khan and how we practice. So there'll be some things that we go through very quickly, or there's some things that we are actually going to try. Now, on Monday, you'll be goal setting, and you will also do your recommended practice number 1. Now, it says step 1, fill out your tracking sheet and set personal goals for yourself. So let's flip to our student tracking sheet. Now, I want you to make notes. So if you see something on your sheet that you want to make a note about, annotate, please do so. If there's something I say and it's not on your sheet, please write it down if you think it's important for you. Do whatever is best for you. Now, weekly, everyone needs to get at least do 60 minutes of practice time. Answer 40 questions, and of those questions that you answer, 80% of the total number of practice problems and test questions need to be correct. And we'll figure out how to do that actually now. Now, I can set my own personal goals. I can do at the very minimum. I could write 60 minutes, or I can do more than that. Now, I want to write something reasonable, and so I'm going to say 68 minutes and see how many at the end of the week I actually am utilizing on Khan. So I'm going to say 68 minutes. Go ahead and write that down on your sheet. Now, the very next thing, it says weekly question goal. I'm actually going to say 45 questions is my weekly question goal. Trying to go above. Now, at the end of the week, once I complete everything I need to do, I'm going to go back and I'm going to see, did I reach my goal? Or did I reach my question goal? So we go there. Now, step number 2, it says log into your account. There's a screen you'll see below. Click start on the official SAT practice. I'm going to go ahead. I'm logging to my screen. Hit start. You will be using your student email, student school email, as well as your password. Super simple. Now, every semester you'll be doing a different subject. Some of you will focus on math first, and some of you will focus on reading and writing first. It's really important that you are staying and practicing within the subject that you are currently assigned this semester. For this video's sake, we're going to do math. So I'm going to click on math next. Now, it takes me to this screen. So we're looking at the screen. Let's go ahead and look back down at our directions. We've already did step 3. Step 4, it says locate your recommended section for this week at the top of the screen and write down all 3 on your tracking sheet. So I see right here, I need to write it on my tracking sheet. Now if I go up here, it says I need to practice on polynomial factors and graphs, circle equations, and interpreting linear functions. Really, really important. So what I want to go ahead and do is I want to write that down here, here, and here. I'm going to give you some time to go ahead and write that down. So this time you're writing down polynomial factors, circle equation, and interpreting linear functions. Let's go ahead and write those down again. About 10 more seconds. Remember polynomial factors, circle equations, and interpreting linear functions. Great. Now, step number 5, it says scroll down the screen and locate the recommended practice you want to work on first. Watch both example videos first and follow along. Then click practice and complete the practice skill, the practice for the skill. Ooh, so very, very important. I am not clicking these sections just yet. That is what that's saying, that I'm not clicking right here to practice. But step number 5 also says is that I can start with whatever skill I want to first that I've written down. Maybe I know circle equations are not something I'm good at, so I want to practice those last. Well, I can practice that last. I don't have to practice it first. I don't have to go in the order it appears here. Now, for sake of time, I've already done the first two practices, and I'll explain our scores and how that looks like in about 10 minutes. But I want to focus now on interpreting linear functions. Again, step 5 says that I'm going to scroll down the screen and find it. So I need to find interpreting linear functions. So I'm going to scroll down. Ooh, right here. Now, I need to watch the videos first. There's usually always 2. Now, when I'm watching the videos, I'm also going to have my folder with me, so that way I have lined paper and I can follow along. And this is true when I do the practice. And I also am going to have a calculator. Now, say for example, we run out of calculators or your calculator battery died, you can always pull up the calculator on the computer as well. So again, I'm going to make sure interpreting linear functions. Watch the basic example. I'm going to make sure I have my headphones plugged in. And this video is 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So we're going to watch.
The amount of money that farmers in Massachusetts paid to maintain their crops between 1991 and 2008 is modeled by the equation above, where P is the amount of money the farmers paid in millions of dollars, and T is the year. So this is how much they paid in millions of dollars. T is the year. But they're saying assuming 1991 is t equals 0. What does the 3.53 mean in the equation? So let's look at this. So at in 1991, when t is equal to 0, this whole term is going to be equal to 0. And the farmers are going to pay, P is going to be 100. So they're going to pay $100 million in 1991 to maintain their crops. These are all the farmers in Massachusetts. Now, as t increments, each time t increases by 1, the amount that the farmers pay is going to increase by 3.53 times 1. So one way to think about it is this is the rate of increase from year to year. As t goes up a year, the amount the farmers pay is going to increase by $3.53 million. So let's see which of these choices are consistent with what I just said. The cost for maintaining, so we're going to increase the whole P by 3.53. That kind of rhymed.
Now I'm working at scrolling through just for time of this video, but what's so great is it's going to go ahead and show me the harder example. So you could go ahead and wait till it pops up or click play. You're going to watch the harder example. Now what you're going to see is that some videos have shorter or longer time. On average, the videos are usually between 2 to 3.5 minutes. Sometimes they're a little shorter, sometimes they're a little longer. Now you would watch this again.
Alice fills up. I was thinking, my brain was thinking gallon.
Now, as you finish watching,
but anyway,
you finish watching your second video.
This is what we want to go with.
Awesome. Now you're going to exit out of this and go back here. So watch my video, want to double check. It says, then click on practice and complete the practice for the skill. Oh, okay, awesome. Interpreting linear functions, double check. Watch my 2 videos. Now I hit practice. All right, I'm going to read through the question. It says t equals 0.25q plus 87. Manon's statistics professor put a bonus question on every test, which adds 0.25 points to a student's overall grade at the end of the term. The above equation gives Manon's correct overall grade, T, after taking into account Q extra credit questions answered correctly. What does the 87 mean in this equation? Does it mean Manon must get an 87 or above to pass? Manon's average is an 87 before adding in the extra credit. After adding extra credit, Manon's average is an 87. Or Manon's professor gave 87 opportunities. Well, if I did 0.25, I know Q means the number of extra credits done correctly, or maybe you didn't do them at all. If I put 0 in, 0.25, anything times 0 is 0. So overall grade is an 87. So that's telling me his grade is an 87 without adding any extra credit in, or if he got all of them wrong. So B makes the most sense. Now, a couple things to note. You've already watched the video, but if you need to rewatch it again, this lovely little tab will let you do that. So you can see the basic and the hard example. You can have a hint, Or if there's something wrong with the question, you can hit report. So I want to check my answer. Awesome, I got it correct. And say I guessed, say I didn't know, it's going to help explain it right here. Or if I got it wrong, it's going to explain the correct answer. So I'm going to move forward. Question 2 out of 5. The above equation is true if Emmett buys B pounds of blueberries and R pounds of raspberries at a farm where blueberries cost $5.50 per pound and raspberries cost $4 per pound. According to the equation, how much does Emmett spend in total on both types of berries? Well, we don't know how many pounds of blueberries and how many pounds of raspberries he purchases, but we know it has to equal 28. So that means that he spent 28. So I'm going to click. Get it right? Yes. 3. Caden started a new job selling dental chairs. He earns a base salary plus a commission for every chair he sells. So he earns a base salary and he earns commission. The equation above gives Caden's annual salary S after selling C dental chairs based on the equation above. Based on the equation above, what is Caden's base salary? Well, C is the amount of, this must be commission, meaning every chair he sells, he gets $500 of it. And then this must be his base salary. So 40,000. Let's see. Yay. All right, let's see. Rhea is using the above equation to investigate the carbon footprint C in kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions for her morning commute, during which S miles are by subway and B miles are by bus. How many kilograms of CO2 per mile does the Borscht portion contribute to Rhea's carbon footprint? 0.2, so B is bus. We don't know how many miles she goes on the bus. So since we don't know that and we're not going to put B, it's probably going to be 0.2. Let's double check. 0.2. Yes, I got that right. Selma is filling her water jugs with spring water at the supermarket. The above equation gives the empty space in her jugs V in US gallons. After T minutes at a constant fill rate, how many minutes will it take to fill the jugs? V in US gallons, T minutes at a constant fill rate. This is filling her water jug. Need a hint. Hmm. 2.5, I think, maybe? 6.4. Oh. Okay, that's okay. I got 4 questions correct. So let's go here. It says, when you finish, it will look like this. Click review your answers and record the score on the tracker, best out of 5. So let's go ahead and click review my answers. So review, back to results. I can see 4 out of 5, and then I'm going to exit the practice. So I'm going to go back in right here, my tracking sheet, and I got 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Awesome. Now, also, let me go here. I can also hit review, and I can see what I got for the day as well. So July 14th, what did I get for the day? And I can go ahead and see these. All right. So I got 4 out of 5. And it says, step 7, if you scored greater than or equal to 4 points, then you will record the score and do the test on the scale. Check next step. If you scored less than or equal to 3 points, record the score, then try the practice one more time. Check out helpful tips first and record your score again, and then do the test on the scale. Now, all right, so I am going to, I got a 4 out of 5. Let's go ahead and make sure we write that down. So I don't need to do the practice. If I go back here, practice, if I go back to interpreting linear, I don't need to do it a second time. Awesome. So what I do is, so let's relook, double check. It says scroll to the top and click on the recommended practice that you're working on and click where it says practice skill. Take the 5-question test and record your score. No matter your score, you can only take this one time. Okay, so very, very interesting. So I'm going to go back here. I can only take this one time, but I'm ready to practice. So I'm going to hit practice. Now I'm going to do this. A team of painters is hired to paint the exterior of a museum. The total cost is C in dollars. Incurred by the museum for 8 hours of painting is given by the equation above. What is the best interpretation of 155? So it must be for every hour there's painting. Must be kind of like the base plus 155. It takes the team, no, because that would be this number. Each additional painting of the exterior. This one. Yeah, this would be the base. Oh, sorry. Now it says the amount of paint, P in pints, that an art studio can buy with D dollars is given by the equation above. What is the best interpretation of 4 over 25 as shown in the equation? The paint cost of $1 per pint. No, I think it's $1. If I put 1 in here, I can buy paint. Let's see. Yep. The number N of homes in a particular city Y years after January 1st, 2000 is given in the B above equation. So number of homes. This is in a particular year. What is the best interpretation of 2007? So it must be that there was 278 homes in the city starting that day, and that every year at least 140 came. Yes. The monthly electric bill, B, in dollars for the museum using N solar panels is given by the equation above. What is the best interpretation of 132? No, because we don't know how many solar panels. Maybe it's this when we don't know the amount of solar panels. No. It's either going to be B or D. Let's see. Oh. Okay. I'm struggling with those. Let's see. The elevation, E in meters of a skydiver, S seconds after parachute evacuation is given by the equation above. What is the best interpretation of meters the skydiver attached parachute? So our options are the skydiver started diving at an elevation of 420 meters. S seconds of parachute. The skydiver activated the parachute at 420. No. Per second after parachute. Let's see. I think starting. Oh, okay. So it's activating at 420. Wow. So I got 3 out of 5. Now I can't redo this. So I need to go back up here. And I need to record that I got a 3 out of 5. Okay. So that is what I'm going to do every single day. On Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm going to make sure I complete that portion. Now, what I want to do is I want to go ahead up here and I want to show you guys some stuff on my tracking sheet. Now, when I get everything correct, if I get a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5 on a practice skill, I do not need to do it a second time. So when I did polynomial factors and when I did interpreting linear functions for the practice section right here, what you'll see is I got a 5 out of 5 and a 4 out of 5. I did not need to do it again. So I went ahead and took the test. So that is when we scroll up here and we took this is what we consider the practice test for that skill. Practice test for that skill, practice test for that skill, practice test for the skill. Now, I have to record what I get on the test. I cannot retake the test again, even if I get below a 4. So when I took the polynomial factor, I got a 5 out of 5, which is exciting. But when I did interpreting linear functions, I actually got a 3 out of 5. So kind of stinks, but I cannot take that. Now, if you were ever in a situation where you get a 3 out of 5 on the circle equation, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so if you notice, if you go back to step 7, it says if you scored less than or equal to 3 points, record your score, then try the practice one more time. Check out helpful tips first. So if I scroll down here, we've actually kind of looked at this. If we go to what should I do if I'm struggling? If you get below a 3 on the practice the first time around, you need to, number 1, raise your hand to notify the teacher and ask to get a peer to explain the skill to you. Maybe you're going to ask somebody next to you who is good at that skill, hey, I need your help. Help me out. That's fine. Or you're going to ask for the teacher to work on the problem with you. Possibly the teacher is going to see something that you don't see. Or what you're also going to do is you can ask for other Khan Academy videos that are going to help explain this skill, and the teacher can provide those for you. So you need to make sure you do one of these things first. Once you've done at least one of these things, try it one more time and record the new score, and then complete the test for the skill. Regardless if you redid the practice and still score below a 4, move on to another recommended skill. So let's go up here. And what you'll notice is the first time around I got a 3 out of 5. The second time around I got a 5 out of 5. Now, what we can see is I definitely struggled. And when I took the test, I got a 2 out of 5. I was definitely struggling a little bit this week, but that's okay. So let's go back up here. Now, on Tuesday, all these directions are just simply telling you to do the second and third recommended skill. So we would follow these along on that. Now, on Thursday, what we need to do before we go ahead and Thursday you're going to come in the room. You've already done all your recommended skills. So what's going to happen is you're going to come up here and you're going to do your timed mini section. For math, what you'll notice, it's either going to tell you calculator okay or no calculator. You need to make sure that you are following directions because there are going to be times when you may or may not be able to use your calculator. And it's also going to tell you the time. This mini section is always going to be 10 minutes. So I'm going to go here, start this mini section. I'm going to read my directions and I'm going to go ahead and start. Now, I'm going to quickly go through this, but you want to take this very seriously. You got 15 minutes to use it. Use all that time wisely. I'm going to go through this for the sake of time. This is not something you should be doing. Remember, we're taking this very seriously. Because we want to improve our ACT scores. Yes, I'm done. Okay. Now, what it's going to happen is I get to see I got 2 questions correct out of the 10 I answered. It says I leveled up on some skills, some I'm the same, and level down. Can review my answers, see what I did wrong, go ahead and back to results. Exit time mini section. What's going to end up happening is on Thursday when you take your time mini section and you finish, it's going to give you 3 new skills you're going to work on, but you're going to work on those skills the next week. So every time you're going to take that time mini section, it's going to give you 3 new skills to work on. All right, let's go up here first though. So Thursday, I logged on, I went over to the assigned subject matter, and I've completed all the tests for the recommended section. I notified my teacher, and then I'm going to do the time mini section. Now I'm going to fill out my reflection sheet. So let's go to our reflection sheet. So directions, track your data in the spaces below. You will record your highest practice score best 1 out of 2. Your goal is to get a 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 correct. If you get a 4 to 5 or 5 to 5 the first time you do your practice, then you move on the test. If you get below 4, try one more time. Once you practice all 3 sections and test in each one, you'll take the highest score of the practice sessions and add them together to your test scores for a score less than or equal to 30 points. So what that means is you cannot get more than 30 points. Then inform your teacher on your results and take the mini section. Okay, so that means I only had to take this once, so best one is 5. Test would be 5. Ooh, circle equation, the best one. So I'm going to go with this one because it's the best one. Now I have to take this one. And I'm going to take the best one. And I can't change that. Now I'm going to add up. Ooh, I want to actually highlight that in yellow. Add them up. So 5, 10, plus 2, so I have 12, plus 5 is 17, plus 4 is 21, 24. So 24. Now 24 over 30, so do that math, is actually 80%. So I hit my goal, even not getting a 4 out of 5 on every section or a 5 out of 5. You can still achieve your goal. So something important to know. Then I'm going to fill out my questions. I go up here, I go to review, dashboard, practice. Let's see, review, John Doe, profile. So I did 10, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, plus another 10 is 45. So I actually did 45 questions. So yes, I did at least that one. So check. 6 for sake of time, X. Now I want to get it signed by the teacher, but I also want to make sure I'm filling out this information as well. It's very important that we do a reflection questions. Here, this is something your teacher will have to look up, but questions, I can see that I did 45. So I hit my goal here when I do my reflection. Now, every day when you finish early, so say for example, you did goal setting and you did your recommended practice. Number 1, you do not move on. You use the rest of the class period to read a book, do homework, study for a test, or what you also do is if you go back to practice, you can do some other things on Khan Academy. You can do some other ones, and that's what's going to allow you to get above 40 questions and above 60 minutes is going back in on your free time every day once you've done your tasks, is using that time wisely. So really, really important that we know and we see that and where we can go from there.